Hello, everybody. I think I'm live. If you are here and watching, you can always drop me a message. I was prompted today to do my December energy update live, so I'm hoping some of you can join me. I will be sharing the message first, and then if there are any of you that want to ask questions on it, you're welcome to drop a comment. But also, if you're here and you want to just say hi, or you want to send a lovely message to those viewers that might see this afterwards, then please also feel free to type in the comments. So the energies at the moment, how are they? How are you? How is everyone doing? My name is Lilah. I'm a healer and I work from Cape Town. I'm also a channel and I have various social media outlets that I push my information out into. And this one, December Energy Update, is part of a series of energy updates that I started, I think, in September. And what I try to do is just really feel into the energies. I tune into my guides and we just hear what they have to say. Hello, Helder. I'm going to want to say hello to everyone, but of course that's going to be distracting for anyone that's watching afterwards. So I'll stick to my message. Don't think that I'm ignoring you. I'm seeing you. I'm waving. So it is very interesting because for the last couple of days, I've had so much information coming in. You know, I have times where I have a lot of information coming in and it's quite noisy up there, and then it's fairly quiet. And of course, coming from my honeymoon in Namibia, where they gave me a break, I was also on holiday. I had a quiet interlude where I felt into the energies but didn't receive, much in the way of hearing, listening, feeling. But they're all caught up now because it was like they were waiting for me to come home and they're like, Lilah's back. Let's start talking to her. Hello, Corin. So stepping into the energies for December, the first thing I want to say is that to put this into context, for those of you that have watched my work before, you know the wheel is turning. You know we're in a strong phase of human evolution. If there are astrologers out there, you will know that also the planets are aligning for big changes. We have the total solar eclipse coming up on Saturday, as well as a new moon, and we have the 21st of December coming up. All of them very important times in terms of our cycles that we go through, our energy cycles. So bearing in mind times are intense, bearing in mind we are stepping to a big change over. The exact date, I don't think anyone knows, but we are moving, the wheel is turning. So when I tuned into my guides, there are a couple of messages, and I'm going to briefly highlight them, and then I'll talk into each one. So the first words that came through were hold onto your hat. Now, we all know we need to do that, right? Because winds of change are brewing and things are getting more turbulent. The second thing that came through is keep your eyes open. And that's going to be quite an interesting discussion because I'm going to share with you what they said. Third thing is, wherever possible, hold calm awareness. So we know that we're being called to be the calm in the storm, but this is slightly different in that it's calm awareness, right? So we're going to need to have all of our wits about us with what is going on. The fourth one was quite interesting because I got the word sonic waves. And when I tuned into that, I really connected to the whales. I felt them coming in. And the whales are here and representative of the physical manifestation of our bodies, right? So that etheric realm, the blue realm, if you like. And then last, but by no means least, is the energy of forgiveness. And with that, you see my guides run it across your screen in big, bold, shiny letters, right? Forgiveness. And we know we're stepping into a tricky time of year for everybody. Family, gatherings, get together, well, as far as lockdown allows us, right? So those are the main topics. Stepping into each one. Now, the statement, hold on to your hat, is an indication, firstly, that things are getting very windy, things are getting very turbulent out there. For those of you that watch my Instagram and my Facebook, you will know I've been talking about the dissolution of the ego, which is really just an energy matrix that is a false matrix, right? Because it's been created by us humans and the thoughts and behaviors that we have participated in over the last few thousand years. But anyone who is mainly driven by ego, or anyone who moves from a sense of either little self or big self, and it can be different things for different people, they're going to be wobbling even more, right? Because not only is the ego edging God out, in other words, not being centered in your own soul and spirituality, but it is also about distancing self, disassociation from self. And it is also about putting your power out there in things outside of you, in material things, in personal relationships, in whatever it is, right? So this ego dissolution is continuing. And as it does, it gets very turbulent, very changey, very windy out there. So hold your hat on was my guide's really message to remind you that our connection to source is now more important than ever. So holding your hat also means aligning to that central energetic channel and really focusing on a spiritual practice of sorts to align to your soul and to a higher level of wisdom, to divinity, to creator, God, source, whatever you wish to call it, right? So it's holding the calm whilst aligning with source energy. The next one. Keep your eyes open. We're going to be distracted in many ways, and there's going to be a lot of hijacking happening. So your eyes open is obviously not just the physical eyes, right? It's being at a place where you're heart-centered. The heart, for me, is the all-seeing eye. It sees beyond illusion. It sees beyond ego. In my work as a human who can see and feel energy, that is the field I'm working from. I'm not working from my rational mind or my conscious mind. Yes, that is used to interpret, but it is the all-seeing eye of the heart that is being asked to connect into, so you can be more aware of what is going on, so that you can refrain from being hijacked. And when I'm using the words hijacked, I mean being pulled, right? You're on this course, you're aligned, you're in your truth, you're feeling powerful. Someone comes along, says something, does something, and immediately you're pulled, right? Staying in your heart center. How do we do that? I hear somebody ask. Well, you do that by practicing some kind of breathing technique, by focusing energetically, visually, psychically on your heart region, on your chest while you're working with it. And then to hold heart-related emotions of compassion, of love, right? Of unity. The coherent heart math breathing is very good for that. And then I'm kind of just there, remind me of something else I will say in the end. But this heart field then is the one you're being asked to work on. And I've mentioned this for many years now, is that this is going to become ever more important. It is a powerful energetic place. And it links to my last point that the guides offered me in terms of forgiveness, right? So keep your eyes open is talking about your heart eye, your compassionate eye, your neutral eye, not the one that is hijacked, that is distracted. Right, so it's asking for us to remain calm, keep your connection to source, hold your hat on, open up your heart, see beyond the illusion wherever possible. So that steps me into the third aspect of the December energies, because the December energies are preparing us for a major shift. It's already happening. It's going to continue happening, but it is calm awareness. So it's not good enough to just be calm and hold your center if you're blind to what's going on, right? But it is the calmness of the heart field and the openness of the heart field that enables you to come from a place where you're watching, where you're engaging where you need to be, but not necessarily all the time, where you're holding the calm in the storm, because the more of us that can hold that during these times, the better it is going to be for everybody, right? So hold that calm awareness as much as possible. Detract from being sucked into the drama. There's going to be more and more and more drama around us. Choose what you step into, because you do have a choice. So the energy of calm awareness, because they bring that out as the highest one, that is the most important of the energy updates they are bringing you today. Calm awareness. And for you, you might want to go away and think, what does that mean for me? When am I calmly aware, right? And aware, obviously, from a place of neutrality and objectivity. if possible. The fourth one was quite interesting because, and here I get to wear blue and green today, actually, but there's been a lot of blue energy around me. And a lot of people will say to me, well, who are your guides? Don't you know what your guides look like? And I'll say to them, well, my guides are energetic. They hold a frequency. I understand who they are when they come in because I can feel the peace, or I can feel the wisdom, or whatever it is that they're holding, because we kind of want to humanize them, right, in the way they look. But actually, the guides in the highest level, in the highest etheric realms, are pure energy. They don't necessarily have to take on any physical form. So this blue etheric field, which is really the first energy layer around the physical body, is the one that I've been asked to work with the most. And I'm probably going to be creating a meditation for my community. So if you don't belong and you feel called to, the link is below, my community of the White Rose. There's a monthly subscription for my online community, and I share every fortnight here in Cape Town. But this etheric body that has taken a lot of battering, right, recently, is very, very, and they kind of say crucially, critically important for the health of your physical body. If your etheric body has been torn or is damaged, your physical body is going to suffer, because we have these energy layers, right? And energetic vibrations, good or bad, move through these layers. And the last layer they find is the etheric layer. And it is the physical that is created by that layer. And I know this may seem a bit odd to some of you, but energy first, right? So our etheric template creates our physical body. It is the memory of that. It is the template of that creates the physical, guided by the heart field. And one day I hope to speak more of that, because there's a lot of information coming on about that. So this etheric body, this thin blue layer, is something that you need to be aware of, especially in terms of these sonic waves. I was reminded of the blue whales, who I am told hold the truth of the ability to manifest physical from energy, right? They communicate by these sound waves. Now, because of what we've been bombarded by, not only through the media, what we're seeing, what we're hearing, it's like this, those machines they use on the tar, right? That it's like this constant battering on our etheric field, because it's coming all the way through. And we need to be careful of this, because damages or tears in your etheric body are not what you want to have at the moment. You want an etheric field that is strong to protect your physical body. And so these waves, what they showed me was, more than ever, be careful what you listen to. Even what you read, because read is just like a word on a vibrationary pathway, right? So expose yourself only to gentle sounds. If you're listening to something on the news and you want to keep update, just put yourself in a blue bubble first before you engage with that, because it's not just words, it's not just scenes, it is energy that is coming towards you. And if it is negative in nature, if it is fear-ridden in nature, if it is panicky, right, heart area in nature, it impacts your etheric field. And so your ability to hold that is coming from a calm awareness, from a heart center, because those sonic waves are coming in strongly. So be aware of the sonic waves too, as much as you need to keep your heart eye open to see what is happening around you. Because vigilance is key. 2 words they gave me: vigilance and resilience. Vigilance in that your state of awareness needs to grow, both of what is happening in your own energy field and what is happening around you. And resilience is your ability to remain calm in the storm. So vigilance and resilience are 2 key things that you also need to consider. Okay, so now I'm going to start opening up for questions, that when I finish the guidance, if you've got questions, I can wait here a bit and answer them. So last but not least, and especially over this coming period and the changeover, is the energy of forgiveness. Now, forgiveness has so many aspects to it, but as an energy worker, I'm going to give you energetically what it does. And I don't want you to think too much about this necessarily. Maybe it might be a bit triggering for some of you to hear this, but it's true, really. And it relates back to the statement where you've heard that if you forgive someone, you're actually setting yourself free. Now, as much as there are things that may have happened, they may be moderate, they may be major, and they may be very traumatic. In a situation where we block that and we say either I'm not going to forgive you or it's too hard for me to forgive you, we are focusing our energy on what that person did, right? And I'm not denying there may be trauma and things you need to work with and heal or receive healing for. But when we go into a place of unforgiveness, we create a prison for ourselves. We lock our heart up. And when we imprison our heart, it cannot open, it cannot continue to open. And the path of the opening of the heart, awakening your authenticity, is what we are deep into. And I'll put a link up, but I'm sure many of you have seen it by now. My Crying for No Reason video that I created 2 years ago, and you're probably going to be sick and tired of hearing me say this, but it has seen thousands of views since the beginning of what we're going through. And this relates to the opening of the heart center and the opening of the sadness, because the heart holds it in, right? And the first expression of that opening can often be felt as sadness. But we need to step into that and continue opening. You know, that's my symbol of the white rose, really, is the unfolding, the spiritual unfolding, the opening of the spiritual heart. So if you feel you have locked your heart away, see if you can do some deep contemplation, seek assistance if you need, and really feel into that state of unforgiveness, because there is such power in working with forgiveness where you unlock the chains of your heart, because it's like then you create a new energetic pathway for things to move and shift rather being stuck, right? So the guides, as I'm speaking now, what they are saying is your open-hearted, calm awareness is what is going to take you through the next few months. It is not a place for judgment. It is not a place for further segregation. It is not a place for condemnation. It is not a place for sharing conspiracy theories. It is a place of deep honoring of self, of deep caring of self, of working in a way that spiritually enables you to hold an open heart, of remembering that you are a spiritual, energetic being and you are connected to Creator, cosmic, universal energy that flows through you and creates you, and connecting again, as always, into the deep heart of Mother Earth in whatever way speaks to you, right? So just as some guidance in terms of this blue layer, it's almost like if I had to ask you now to close your eyes and to take a few deep breaths. And much like the color that is shining here on my top, because actually that's kind of almost all my painting, because those are my favorite colors, on the wall, that color, you can almost imagine that you're in the blue ocean, that you're floating in the blue ocean. You may even want to connect in with the whales. And for the next few days and weeks, I'd say listen to whale music and feel the peace and the wisdom of the ocean and the whales in the ocean coming towards you. Receive it in your heart. As you do, send it out and see that you're creating this blue layer around you. Not a sphere or a bubble, a very, very thin, about that thick, 1 centimeter layer around your body. You may sense that there are parts of your body where that layer feels thin, or where it's not blue, it's gray. Keep on bringing in that blue color from the whales through their music, if you feel you want to listen to it, and just allow yourself to be reminded that the health of your energy field directly impacts the health of your physical body. Because we are in a most beautiful time of change, but we are also in a most turbulent time of chaos. So this calm awareness is what you're being called to hold as much as possible. If you're near an ocean, get out into the ocean. But again, if you're not, listening to whale music or any music related to the sea, even the washing of the waves, is something you might want to consider. And like I said, I think I'm probably going to create a meditation for this for my community, since I'm gathering together with them on the weekend for the solar eclipse. And I'm just looking at my notes. Oh yes, one thing, let's just finish with this, shall we? Is that the words that came in immediately were, you are disembarking. I've had many visions of ships steering, ships breaking, ships moving apart. This disembarking is really a disengagement with one way of being and a stepping on to another way of being. And you get to choose, right? We all get to choose. Each one of us gets to choose. But the more and more of us who choose from a place of holding light, and what do I mean by that? An open heart enables more light to come in, enables more light to be shone out. So open-hearted, the more we can remain open-hearted, the more light we can hold, the more light we can bring in, and the more light we shine out to others. However they receive it, they will receive it. So during the next few days leading up to the solar eclipse, through to the 21st, and for the rest of December, develop within yourself a calm awareness. Develop within yourself an understanding what it means to be open-hearted, and know that we are so divinely supported. And the only path forward, as much as everything in the third dimensional realm looks chaotic and troublesome, we are being pulled towards aligning with the divine universal law of non-interference, of peace, and of harmony. And so my visual at the moment that is quite strong is a bit like an orbit, right? Things come round and then they disappear and they come back again. So we know all the outer planets have a much longer orbit and we have a smaller orbit around the sun. But we are in an energetic galactic field where the orbit of that energy of divine law, we are being sucked into and drawn, but it can pass by. And we're almost at the crux of the point where we're feeling that energy most strongly and we're being called to align with it, because if we align to it, we move towards it, we move towards that place with each single decision that as individuals we make towards that. So I think that is all that I want to share today. If there's anything you want me to talk more about or would want guidance on, please leave a comment below or connect with me on email. Like I said, there's so much coming in for me at the moment. I need time to assimilate it and probably will start sharing it early next year. I have some new courses coming out. So if you don't subscribe to my newsletter, pop down to my website and subscribe. And I think that's about it for today. I send so much love to you all. And with my open heart, thank you, Paige, I send love to you wherever you are in the world. I hope you are safe. I hope you have support to move through these challenging times. And more than anything, I wish you peace of heart, calmness of being, and wisdom of mind. So take care of yourselves, and I will be back soon. Bye for now. Thank you, Karen. Much love to you. Bye. Yes. Oh, I'm saying goodbye to everyone before I end. That's fine. Thank you, Siobhan. Yes, the whales. Please connect with the whales if it resonates. They're there and they're here to help us. Blue whales especially, but all whales, right? The deep, deep blue. We're not called the blue planet for no reason, and I'm going to speak more about that. Take care of your energy bodies. Take care of your physical bodies. Much love to you all, and thank you so much for listening. Bye.